rappers. If I send the dressers, they gon' come and stretch.
What it is, it's your boys Deuce, Teddy, and LaQuelle reporting with the facts, opinions, and BS straight from the top of the key. What's good?
What's up, y'all? What's up?
I'm talking about happy birthday to whoever birthday it is today. No, somebody's birthday today. Right, Quill?
Gotta be somebody's birthday today.
Birthday is today. I don't know. You got birthday balloons in your background.
Oh, hell no.
I'm sure like that is random.
I know what the hell you was talking about. Hell no. Nobody's birthday today.
Shit, what we got? Hey, y'all already know it's crazy because it seems like every time we be recording, the Mavs be playing on the same night, and if they lose, my man be over there slow motion. He be contemplating doing the show. If they win, he be like, "Yeah, boy." Shit. Boy. What's
We
good,
starting
though?
off with.
Yeah, what's up, Ted?
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, y'all just lost 3, though.
Win some, you lose some.
Y'all ain't hit some yet. Y'all hit a few.
Yeah, you know what? We be all right.
On me.
We'll be all right. I'm surprised we was able to stay in it.
You surprised y'all stayed in the game versus this team, the Hawks?
The way they started the game off. They started off killing us.
Okay, because I'm like, I sure picked y'all to win.
Yeah. Y'all supposed to win this one.
Yeah, let's be honest. At home, Luka, Spencer. But yeah, not having Hardaway. I mean, you can't even blame it on that, though.
Nah, it's just terrible play. First play of the game, just get the ball to him. Yeah, it's terrible. It is what it is.
They pissed my mans off, bro.
Well, let's get into it. New Year's resolution again. Getting slim. We done did so many teams.
All right, this is what I do. I give you a team. The Timberwolves.
I thought you did the Timberwolves already.
I did the Timberwolves. You right, I did them last show. Who you got then? You raised your hand.
I thought you was just gonna give me a team.
Utah Jazz.
I go first.
Utah Jazz.
Utah Jazz. New Year's resolution. Mark said, play ball. How about that? Get your team together and play ball, man. Either you're gonna be a boxer or you're gonna be a baller. One or the other. choose which beat you're gonna be and be great at it.
Yeah.
Play ball, man. Get back to what y'all was doing back in October, November, because y'all was the hottest team in the NBA. The first 2, 3, 4 weeks, then y'all just kind of fell into a big slump. We knew it wasn't gonna last forever, but it's showing that y'all got potential. So do what y'all got to do, get back on top, because man, oh man, they gonna look pretty for y'all. Y'all might not even make the playoffs or something like that. Y'all might even get a play-in game or something. And get back to y'all winning ways. Get them boys a run for their money. Play ball. That's the New Year's resolution. Play ball.
All right, Quill. You got. Who I just had you with? I just took it away too. You got the Nuggets.
Consistency down the stretch. Y'all been playing good ball. Y'all found y'all way on defense to match y'all offensive. You know, now y'all got y'all weapons back. Y'all already were a 4, 5, 6 team. Now y'all got all y'all weapons healthy, which put y'all in this position. But now it's consistency, longevity, staying healthy, staying good, winning those games where you got a team that's a 9th seed, 10th seed, 12th seed coming into your city, and then they could come in there and blow you out because you sleeping. Winning those games still, staying consistent and being the best team in basketball is what's going to be the best team in basketball. That's what put you in that conversation. Because Boston, in those times when they on their run, they gonna win those games. So if you want to be in that conversation, consistency.
Okay. We rock, we rock. All right, so then of course, I go last. I got the St. Louis Celtics. You got to find a way to bring Sky Lord back and have him more involved. I remember JT, one of the games, I was reading this article, and JT was saying that he was describing this exchange he had with Robert Williams because he was coming out the game, and JT looked at him and was like, "Hey, you still on minute restriction?" Robert Williams was like, "Nah." He said, "What the hell you coming out the game for? Get your ass back in the game." So I think they definitely need to reinsert him into that starting lineup, and that's what's going to give them the best chance. So when you got Robert Williams, Al Horford, JT at the three, I love JT at the three. He don't have to use all that extra energy battling some of those fours, and then he could take advantage of all the threes. And then you got Jaylen Brown come back healthy, and then whoever y'all put at that one, whether it's Marcus Smart, Malcolm Brogdon, or if y'all go back and get Kimber, who knows? But either way it go, bring Sky Lord back so that way you can start doing some beautiful stuff and emerge victorious in the East and then fall short again against the Warriors. That's my New Year's resolution for y'all.
Yeah. Where they slacked last year and what made them a difference maker this year is Derek White and Malcolm Brogdon playing better point guard basketball. Last year it was obvious they don't have a point guard. They don't know how to have somebody to settle them down. They don't have nobody off the bench that come in other than Pritchard. Pritchard come in looking to fire that thing out the corner off a pass. He's not really setting up the offense. But when you get Malcolm Brogdon out there and when you got Derek White, in the starting lineup with Marcus Smart in some games, even though you don't want JT down at the 4, Derek White is a good point guard. Malcolm Brogdon is a good point guard. Marcus Smart is a good defensive player. He's never necessarily been a point guard, but being that he's been a point guard, he's become a better point guard. So where y'all lack that, y'all kind of aight right there now. Y'all got 3 heads now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got 3 solid veterans too. They veterans. They're not young players. They solid. All come from good coaching. All come from good everything. So y'all solid now. They scary now. Except, that boy hurt, but he'll get back.
Cool. So let's transition into the king, LeBron James. LeBron James comes second man and scored 38K. When y'all think he gonna pass Kareem? Because I remember in one of our first 6 episodes, we were talking about, I think Quell said he was going to hit it by All-Star break. And it looked like he on pace to do that. Even sooner.
I said around the 50, like around the 53rd, 54th game. That's what I said.
Say something like that, yeah.
And how many games they done played? 44 games so far. So
about 10, 15 more games. He got it. He only got like 315 more points. So you think 30 points a game for 10 games, that's going to put him at that. But if he had 25, then you give him 12, 15 games. That's right into the middle of next month. That's right at 53 some games. That's right at All-Star break. That's right where he's supposed to be. But you talking about 38, you got to know 20 years in the league, and he's dead set on playing at least 1 year with a kid that's still in high school, which means he got at least 2 more years of basketball, and he's still averaging 26, 27 points a game right now. So fuck 37, 38, he gonna pass that. What is it gonna be at when he leaves?
Exactly.
He gonna put it out of touch. He might.
Because it took 40 years for somebody to play 20 years of basketball.
And hold on. You can't even just say 20 years. He's had one of the healthiest 20 years. One of the
healthiest 20 years.
One of the most you've seen him get injured is in the most recent years of his career.
Yes.
And a lot of that you can contribute to or credit to they know that they're not going to have a winning season.
Yeah, and he
So
just didn't come back because he could have last year. He was healthy at the end of the year. He could have went out there and just stuffed his stats. He didn't do that. He set out. He's like, we ain't winning. I'm finna go get hurt. I really want to play for championships. Ain't no point in me going and getting back hurt. So he really could put it because you got to think.
well out of reach.
It's hard to play just 20 years of basketball. Vince Carter, Iguodala, not even he old, but I don't even know if he close to 20. Manu Ginobili. These players
has them count.
Has him, but he not even out there. You talking about 20?
Kobe
He's still
20.
27 points a game, and you're 19. You're 20.
I think Kobe the only one that's even close to them kind of numbers.
Yeah.
If you think about it, some years ago, he putting up MVP numbers.
That's what I'm saying. Like he could put that thing out of reach because look, players don't want to. A lot of players are. It's hard to play 20 years of basketball. We talking 20 years of basketball
at that elite level,
as well as he's added extra seasons with how many playoff games he's played. He's added at least a whole extra basketball season. 81 games. He's played like 200 some playoff games. He added a whole 2 more basketball seasons in there. It's gonna take a player to play at a high level for a long time to match what he did.
I'm guesstimating he gonna average 27 points over the next 2 years. That's what I'm guesstimating. And I'm gonna say he's gonna play around 75 games. With that being said, that's over 4,000 points he adds on top of the whatever he gets this year.
Over 40K. He over 40K for a record that stood for 40 years. It's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be
broken in our lifetime.
Like that's one record that we get to watch during this social media era that we get to say that he got the record. Because there's always a comparison with Jordan. He got the record. We seen him get it, and we all get to know that record may not be broken for a long time. He gets to sit with one thing over Jordan. I'm the all-time leading scorer in the NBA, and I'm a pass first player.
You know the beautiful thing about it?
That's hard.
Kareem, he's here to witness. He's here to witness.
And Jordan get to watch it too, though. I like Jordan watching it too.
I am.
I like Jordan watching it.
Look,
I mean, but they seen him pass him already, past seasons. Kobe,
you gotta think, but you gotta
Jordan
think
watched him pass him. Dirk watched him pass him. Like they all get this. They already seen it
during
past
Jordan's
seasons.
prime. He never had to listen to them say, "Oh, you never be Julius Erving. You will never be Magic Johnson. You will never be Bird. You will never get up to what Bill Russ." He had to listen to that before he ever dribbled a basketball in the NBA. For the whole 20. Right now, he had to listen to that his whole life. And yeah, that's going to feel away when you ain't never going to be able to touch that.
But you got to think LeBron is going to hold a whole bunch of records. But it's certain things LeBron's not going to hold that Jordan has. A 100% win record. He's not going to have that. So Jordan may be like, hey, look, you played 20 years. Think if Jordan played 20 years. Think if Jordan didn't get bored with the competition and then go play minor league baseball. It's a lot of stuff that you could factor in.
But you got to think, same thing with Kareem. Think if Kareem didn't have to play 4 years of college basketball. He was the most dominant player. He didn't lose a game in college. Think if he had 4 more years in the NBA averaging the 30 points he was averaging.
Because Kareem didn't play 20 years.
He didn't. Kareem had to play 4 years in college before he came out. So think if he could have added all those points to what he had, LeBron wouldn't be close to what Kareem was averaging right now. He still needs to be playing.
LeBron he would still break the record. He just wouldn't cast a huge 4,000, 5,000 point over the record.
Listen, we don't know that right now because you got to know Kareem was the most dominant player that
dominant college basketball player
has ever seen.
But he wasn't averaging 30 points in the NBA.
Yes, he was as a rookie. Yes.
No, I'm talking about throughout his whole career.
His last couple of years, he averaged 14. But if you add his years when he was 18, 19, 20, and 21, and he didn't lose a game in college, and he beat all those players that came out those years before him.
But you can't take college play and say that's how he had played in the NBA.
He was the most dominant player in basketball, period.
What he's saying is
as a rookie,
his rookie year,
he was the best player in the
similar.
NBA.
What I'm saying is, if he goes to the NBA, he's playing against
Even
other NBA players. So yes, he may have been the best in college, but
if he
in the
averaged
NBA,
17 points a game, he adds 3 more seasons of 17.
Yeah, that's
points
what
a
I'm
game.
saying. 17 is not when you add 3 more seasons of 17. LeBron still got about 3, maybe 4 more years left in him. So he will still eclipse.
What I'm saying, we don't know that. We'll still be wondering.
LeBron gonna eclipse
we'll
that.
Still be, but that's the thing. We wouldn't be talking
and
about
then
him averaging
they were playing.
the next
other
15
thing you gotta
games.
consider, they weren't playing 82
like
games
the next
back
3
then.
seasons.
That's the other thing you got to figure. Like, they weren't playing 82 games back then. That's the other thing you got to consider. So it's a lot of factors that go into it.
But still, it still stood 40 years without.
No, I'm saying if you think about if he was playing earlier, also playing 82 games, like that adds to the amount of points he's going to score. Because that's an extra 10 games for how many seasons it took for them to get up to 82. Because even when Jordan came in the league, they were still playing 72.
But what I'm saying is, he still Kareem. It didn't matter when
you're trying to argue with me, but I'm agreeing with you.
No, I'm saying Kareem. He asked that if we'll still be wondering what season LeBron will base it, not what game this year. It'll still be 2 or 3 seasons away with these injuries he's had. Now we looking at it different. Because now we seen LeBron sit out the end of the season because he's been injured. Now we see him get hurt half a season. Now he's looking like Will He. The same way we looked at Karl Malone at the end of his year. Like, okay, he's running out of time.
Yeah.
Because you can't beat time.
So do you think somebody's going to ever break the record?
No, nobody's going to break. When LeBron breaks that and put it over 40K.
So not even with the way,
the
way that they score nowadays, you don't think?
I think it could if the only person that I could see currently possibly, or 2 people that can currently possibly lead because of their style of play will be JT and Luka.
No.
Luka said he's not playing that many years. I listened to them tonight on.
He said he'd rather go back to his home country.
I'm not playing that long. And JT, you're gonna have to score. You're gonna have to play at this level. The one thing LeBron has is he's physically the most physically gifted person that's ever been in the NBA. His body, just how he's
durable.
His durability. You talking 19 seasons where you've never missed over 41 games. You can't name a superstar who's ever had that ever. Every other superstar in NBA history.
A lot of superstars don't make it to 19 years.
Don't make it to everyone's been injured. Name them. Kobe, Shaq, KD, injuries. Whole seasons they didn't set out.
But they none of them win 19
Brandon Roy and none of them, except Kobe, and even Kobe had to sit out a whole season with the Achilles. LeBron James' biggest attribute is the fact that he's been able to play at least 50-some games every season.
So it don't matter who you name and what they average. If you're not going 20 years and you're not playing about 80% of those games over the 20 years, then.
And if you're not averaging that point, because you think Iggy been playing, hasn't been playing, they hurt. They not the leading scorer in the league. They not the leading scorer on their team.
Nah, you can use Iggy just recently, but
any of them.
But the other thing you got to consider now, today's basketball consists of load management, resting. Back then, it didn't. Not with LeBron James. Only people that'll do stuff like that would be the Spurs.
There's so many players in this particular era we in that are going to be Hall of Famers that will not even scratch the surface of anything close to what LeBron James did. We talking Hall of Famers. We talking KD. He not going to be 2 on the list. KD not going to get to 2. His body break. He out right now. He was out 2 seasons. KD not going to get to number 2 on the list. He ain't gonna get to number 5 on the assist like LeBron, nor is none of the assist people that you talking about. They're not gonna get to top 10 in rebounds. None of the other rebounders you talking about. No, all the Hall of Famers we see, they not gonna scratch the surface of what LeBron has accomplished in this league.
Yeah, you know they say records are meant to be broken, so
Bro, that's
only
one
time will tell.
Who's gonna be built like that? Their body to sustain that amount of basketball for that long. We talking playoffs basketball. We talking you the main person dribbling the ball, not just Ray Allen corner shooting threes, not Steve Nash body breaking down. No, you're the main person for 20 years. And you giving them that work. Like you giving 40 point games and you're 28 and you're 20, 38 years old. I don't know if we gonna see it.
Yeah, send me that interview. I want to see that. He said he ain't staying over 20 years. So
Yeah,
bro.
I'm not gonna play that long. Look, I've been playing.
Luka said I'd
12.
rather go back home. He said I'd rather go back to my home country.
Yeah, I'm like, good. He said good for him. That's great for him. But I don't care about that. Basically, I don't care about that. Like
Luka know he not gonna eclipse Jordan, Kobe. He ain't gonna touch
great.
LeBron. He gonna still be great in his own way, but he ain't gonna go down as one of the GOATs.
That's a hard thing to do for that long. But
it's the reason there's only a few.
yeah.
Hell, he may be one of the greatest players to ever play the game that don't win a championship. That's gonna be Luka. He could be up there with Charles Barkley and Allen Iverson. But the only thing is that Allen Iverson made it to the finals.
Yeah, and Charles did. And both of them got MVPs. So he got to win an MVP and get to the finals before he can even talk about them. Westbrook got an MVP and got to the finals.
And actually averaged triple doubles.
And averaged a triple double.
They averaged triple doubles before? AI and Charles Barkley?
No, he said Westbrook, fool.
At least he got an MVP and he got to the finals before.
Yeah, he averaged triple doubles.
Yeah. So yeah, he a little way off. Let's talk about this Cavs game the other day with Ja.
Yeah. Let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Man, one of the most disappointing things this year is going into games when you're seeing one juggernaut versus another juggernaut. And that's not really what it is. It's one juggernaut going into battle with RoboCop or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was so hyped for this game, especially that talk that Ja be having, and Ja was injured and came back and he been balling. And I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? You playing all the bums in the West and you beating them up in the West or the teams that are good, but they got the injury reserves out there. And you go over to the East and play one of the top teams in the East, and guess what? No Donovan Mitchell. I'm like, my guys, bro. Like, damn. I don't care that it was a close game. I wanted to see Ja Morant and Donovan Mitchell square off. That's what I wanted to see. And I didn't get to see it. I ain't even want to tune into the damn game. Like, this is what you get this whole season. You get the Pelicans and the Mavs, and it's either no Luka or no Zion. Then you get the Nets and the Pelicans, and it's no Zion, no KD. You know what I'm saying? You get all these historic matchups, and you get nothing. You get nothing but an update on the injury report. I'm tired of it, man. Yeah. That don't mean we can't recap it, though. Go ahead and lead this recap. Go ahead. What you got?
It was still a good game because the Cavs, with Darius Garland being back healthy now, that's his second game back. He played a hell of a game. Now, with Mitchell, it would have made the game a little interesting. Like 1 point game. I know Darius Garland probably wouldn't have got you 24. He probably would have had you right around 15, 12, 15, like he normally be when Mitchell cooking. But with Mitchell cooking, it's a different team, and I think they probably would have handed Memphis a loss. But we don't know. We don't know because we can just speculate and we can just clap for Memphis. Y'all got the win. Clap for y'all. Y'all got the win. Y'all gonna run into somebody that's gonna smack y'all in y'all mouth. Like right after y'all said it, y'all had to run against them Suns without Booker. They got y'all ass. And then I think somebody else got y'all.
We beat them first, the Warriors.
We beat them, and then they got y'all ass. Then y'all done ran off 11 straight, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. But y'all not playing 11 straight. I mean, y'all are, but that game against the Cavs wasn't 11 straight basketball. It was a lot of chances for y'all to lose that game. Like with no D Mitchell.
They didn't.
They didn't. I you know what I'm saying? That's why I say instead of got to win the games you're supposed to win, man. Go on to the next night, fly to the next city.
I mean, it wasn't terrible.
It's not even that, but you want to see the best compete against the best. Darius Garland's not the best player on that team. He's a hell of a sidekick. We want to see D-Mitch, Mr. leading the league for highest points of the season, 71 points with a triple-double. We want to see him, Mr. lead my team from being down 20-plus points and beating the Bulls. We want to see him square off with the electrifying Ja Morant, the big mouth bubble gums Ja Morant who think he could stand on it. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see.
Listen, Ja is slowly starting to become one of my favorite players.
I like Ja Morant. Y'all see, I got Ja Morant jersey. I like the man. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Ja Morant needs a mentor to say, hey, calm all that noise down. You gotta pay respect. You gotta earn respect too. That's what Ja Morant needs. He needs to understand he gotta earn respect. Just like when he challenged the Warriors to a Christmas Day game and said, we get home court. No, fool. The champions get home court. Like, you don't get home court because I requested it first. No, son. Go sit down.
So, question is, are you more impressed with Ja Morant's athleticism or Donovan Mitchell's scoring ability this season?
You answer that question. What are you more impressed with?
Night in, night out, I say Ja Morant's athleticism. His mouth and his athleticism makes for very entertaining basketball. D-Mitch.
Go with Ja.
You going with Ja? I mean, because this athleticism pays dividends on offense at the end of games. It gives him leverage and advantage at the end of the game because he going to draw the foul or he going to make an amazing bucket. And then you got to look at him defensively. When he jumping up, snatching that thing out of the air, getting them miraculous blocks where his head and elbow hit the backboard and he got to dodge it. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, I mean, Donovan Mitchell, and you go off from 71. Ooh, that's some Kobe Bryant-ish shit right there. But I say Ja Morant's athleticism is crazy, stupid, dumb. It's crazy, stupid, dumb. So I'm going to have to agree with y'all on that. But I will say, we got the 20th. They play the Lakers. Don't really know what to expect out of that game. The 22nd, Phoenix. Phoenix has kind of found some type of groove, but I wouldn't put money on Phoenix. Then they got Sacramento. So it's like they're going to extend that streak, but then they run into Golden State, and they back in San Francisco. So we're going to see what that is. We beat them last time, smacked them in the mouth, so we can see if we go ahead and break that streak if it hasn't been done already.
Okay. Now, go ahead, Teddy.
The Nets. Let's hop into the Nets real quick. The Nets lost 3 since KD's injury.
3 of 3.
Is it a shocker or is it something we should expect?
We're gonna let Mr. Nets answer that one.
Ben 10.
It is a shock because, well, it's not a shock that the last game they lost because they didn't have KD or Kyrie. But the first two of those games, they were in the games. They had a chance to win the games down the stretch. 7 minutes left, 8 minutes left in the games. You're within 2, you're within 3, and then you kind of let, like the OKC game, you kind of let this young team outrun you and outpace you at the end of the game. And what you gonna do? They gonna outscore you, outplay you. They gonna outwork you. They gonna out everything. You're gonna get beat. You're gonna get beat. And in that game, Ben didn't play. But then the game before that, Ben took 3 shots.
I mean, but that's normal though.
No. And when he's been hooping, Ben been taking 7 shots, 9 shots. I was even in the beginning of the year saying, oh, he started off taking 4 shots. Now he taking 7 shots a game. Now he taking 9 shots a game. And then in the last couple of games, after he had that little 6-game stretch scoring double digits, he went to trying to get 12 assists, 13, 14, 15 assists, and take 2 or 3 shots when they was on a 10, 11 game win streak. Oh, he got into that comfortable, oh, we cool. Like, y'all do it. Then KD go down. And in the last 12 games, all you've been doing is y'all do it. Where y'all at? He hurt. But you ain't in rhythm no more. You ain't hooping no more. You just
hooping last game.
Oh yeah, last game he had to hoop because
no Kyrie
was gone.
Man.
And before that, he was in the conference in the press conference saying, I gotta be more aggressive. Like that ain't even like a thing for me to even say right now. Like that, I just didn't have a chance to shoot. You're the second best player on the court. I gotta go be the second best player on the court. And then
that game, he was supposed to be the best player on their team.
Yeah, in the next game, he went out there, no Kyrie, and he played ball. He was cool.
I'd say shocked. Nah, I ain't shocked. I mean, them losing to the Celtics with KD, without KD, they gonna lose to the Celtics. I'm not shocked by that. However, they were finding a groove, and I would have liked to see KD play against the Celtics. I think it would have made for a great game. Like I was saying earlier, when you see these juggernauts go against each other, it's not even juggernauts because somebody always has a lack of armor. Them losing to OKC, a little bit shocked because I still feel like with Simmons and Kyrie and company, especially the groove they've been in, they should have been able to pull that out. However, OKC is a top to bottom defensive team. And then you got San Antonio. They lost to San Antonio, which is crazy. It is, but you got one hell of a coach over there. So, but I'm really, really just not shocked by this. Like I said, when they had KD, they were winning games. 14-game win streak, hottest team in the NBA, took over the number 1 team in the East for a little smidget of time. But as I pointed out, they were scraping Bible wins during that period. Some of the games where they were playing trash teams or good other, decent teams, they were just scraping by game point shots from Kyrie or whoever else. And I said, hey, all it takes is for that shot not to go down. And they lose that game. So, no, I'm not shocked. But I think in due time, I expect them to get back to finding their groove. And then if they don't, then that's another conversation we'll have.
Yeah, I'm okay with you losing the game if you go 0 for 10. I'm not okay if you lose the game going 1 for 3.
Talk that talk.
You go 0 for 10, you was out there trying to win the game.
Hey, tell him to earn that name Ben 10. You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather you go 0 for 10. You was out there trying to shoot that thing. You was out there trying to put something together. You ain't even try if you go 1 for 3.
Hey, Quill, you know what you got to do? You know what I'm saying? Tell him, hey, get with Vez. You know what I'm saying?
Even the last game against the Spurs, he had a triple-double, 10, 10, and 11, but he shot 10. He shot the ball 10 times. I'd rather you go 4 for 10. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you.
I mean, if you think about it, though, no KD, no KD, no Kyrie, you still only taking 10 shots.
Bro, you should have had 20. Like, still that. You should have took 20 shots. So even that, you're not even as aggressive as you should be, even in that situation. So
Does he get the green light?
who else
Green
does?
light.
Who he better have it?
But it's just not in him. That ain't even just his style of play. Because he a pass first player. He's a pass first, so you can't just turn it on.
I don't think he's a pass first player. I think most times he's a pass only player.
He's a he's a player that is okay.
He's not going to shoot
situation because he's not in this. He's not.
Bro, he's like I used to
in
be.
Philly.
He's
in
like
Philly,
I used to be.
You had to do everything and be bending, and you had to wear this like coat. So now, I ain't got to do that here. I could just fucking like sit back and y'all gonna do it. Like, no, don't do that. Be
to the point. He's like I used to be.
He's not gonna shoot.
Be a hooper.
I used to ain't shoot. Bro.
He's not gonna shoot. It's like he ain't gonna shoot.
Go shoot 300
shots. Only get
us
to this special point.
Would you rather segment? By me, I'm taking a GM approach today, so we ain't got much time. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with a would you rather. So, from a GM standpoint, would you rather player coach Tyronn Lue or Jason Kidd?
Which one would you rather have?
Yeah, as your coach.
I'm going Jason Kidd.
I'm going Tyronn Lue.
Wow, Jason Kidd is doing like he's having a great season with a team with nothing. And Tyronn Lue has a team for years, has had a team with just talent on top of talent on top of talent. And he's done good things. Yep, injuries come into play, but he still had more than what the Clippers have.
You mean the Mavericks?
Yeah, than what the Mavs have. My bad.
Taking the Cavs all the way. I'm taking Tyronn Lue.
Yeah, he had more talent, like dude said. All right,
get there with no bums.
We just comparing Tyronn Lue, but we just comparing with no bums. We comparing Tyronn Lue to Jason Kidd. Now,
Phil Jackson ain't win no titles with no bums.
No one else.
Leave it alone. Like he ain't win with no bums.
Jason Kidd.
Yeah, I'm going with Jason Kidd too. He doing a lot with nothing, or just a very little. Let's put it that way. All right, so the Mavs played the Hawks today. We all know that the Mavs traded Trae Young for Luka. Who y'all would have done if y'all was a GM? Would y'all have done that trade? Looking back now,
which GM though?
If you were the Mavericks,
yeah.
I mean, if you was the Hawks.
If I were the Hawks, no, I would have kept Luka.
Yeah.
Like Trae Young is an amazing talent, but he's not a triple-double machine by far.
Actually, depending on what team I'm building, Luka's a better individual player. Trae Young fits better with my team when I have less. I do more with my team with Trae Young.
But I also say what we got to think about.
Luka on Atlanta.
What we got to think about is Luka get a championship for Trae Young, regardless of what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You don't believe that?
Look, Luka made it to the Western Conference Finals. Trae Young hasn't been that far. He would get further than Trae Young.
Listen, Trae Young
got a little time.
Luka made it against the Warriors, yeah, but Trae Young had to go against some of them guys too.
One more, Ted.
If you was a GM, would you vote out the bubble and go back to the old playoffs? Just the top 8 teams make it, or would y'all continue to have the little
keep the play in? Keep the play in. It make people stay focused and make sure them 7 to 8 seeds don't fall asleep. Because sometimes they creep in. Sometimes you get the Hawks in there. They don't need to even be in there.
Yeah.
Talking about Trae Young.
Keep the play in.
Fucked up.
You give 4 more cities a chance every year.
But y'all know what it is. Facts, opinions, and BS.
Hope you patch shit up with God, cause we gon' bless you. Let it burn, you gon' get it back. These just my confession. Stay in traffic, can't get picked off like no shit and duck. Keep one in the tuck. Wife be mad, but bet she still gon' fuck.